Well, you guys, we freaking made it. We are finally in the desert and ready to test out these bikes. We've literally spent the last 3 months just building these bikes up into what they are now. There's been a lot of work, time, effort put in, and I'm happy to say that it all paid off. So in today's video, we're gonna be going out on the maiden voyage, the first ride, and testing out these fully built CRF250Fs. You excited?
I'm super excited. A little nervous, as usual. It's been like 6 months since I've been on a bike.
From all of the parts from Scott at Hyperlight, all the Anchor, Corona parts, ultimately the Bruce's suspension is gonna make the biggest difference out here. There's a lot of rocks, this terrain is very unforgiving, and it's the perfect place to test out these bikes. Without further ado, let's get right into the ride.
Oh man, it's been a while.
Saddle up, man. We are fucking all over the place. Ooh, it looks like a little single tracker.
We didn't waste any time, did we? I didn't think it would make that big of a difference, but I literally feel like I'm floating. Like I feel like my wheels aren't touching the ground. Yeah, I love it. It's super comfortable. As I was saying, the suspension is just crazy smooth. I definitely think taking rocks, you just don't absorb them in your body as much, so that'll be nice, especially tomorrow when I'm not quite as sore. Especially the front forks, like they take a lot of the absorption too. And I noticed that, and I guess you would never really know until you actually get it done, and then you realize what a difference it truly makes. And I also imagine somebody with more experience like Tanner, you would, notice a lot more of it, of an impact. But even just for me, I am very happy with it. Ooh.
So first impressions on my bike, I was able to attack everything that I wanted to with confidence. It really reminded me of the high performance suspension that was on my KTM. It was a night and day difference compared to stock, and even just the wheelies, you can feel the spring in the rear, the preload, the rebound. It's just a completely different bike. I did find some gnarlier stuff to really try to see how it would perform, and I was pleasantly surprised. The bike was planted and it really allowed me to go through those trickier situations with confidence. Number one.
Ah! I was really gonna try the whole ride not to drop it as soon as you start recording. It's the first time I've lifted this bike. Oh. Not too bad.
Take two. Ouch. That was all in second gear. I didn't even realize that. I was kind of lugging a little bit too much, and I thought I was in first. Let's test out that skid plate. Oh yeah. There's a car down there.
got stung like 1,000 times on my back. I was like coming down the hill right here and I felt like 2 stings on my neck and I was like, oh my God. And so I stopped and I tried to get it and it went down further into my shirt and I tried without taking all my gear off and it was just stinging and stinging and stinging. Oh God, it like itches. And then I finally got it.
You little bastard.
I was like a 1/4 mile down the trail and I stopped for like 20 seconds. I didn't hear anything, so I assumed she crashed. I come up here, she has her helmet off and she's doing this like she like broke her back or something, but nope, just the old honeybee got her.
Better me than you.
That's what I said, better her than me, man. I am severely allergic to bees. So much so I should probably have an EpiPen out here, but I like to send it.
Yeah, good idea. This is an amazing view. That too.
The bastard bee got her. It's time to introduce Alexis to the wash.
I tell you, this bike is so much easier to pick up than the KTM.
Oh, she even lifted it. Holy crap. A Jim's paying off.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Are you alright?
Yeah, my finger was jammed in my clutch.
This thing's kind of pokey.
Yeah, it's in my neck.
Ow!
I don't know if we can go this way.
We gotta go back. Ow! Ah! Alright, maybe no wash for now. Shout out to Anchor Plastics. Thank you, hyperlightmoto.com.
Oh boy. Alexis picked the hard one. Woo! Going! Woo! Woo, man! Woo! Oh. That took a little bit out of me. My arms went like sideways. How do I stop that?
You just need to learn like where to put your weight, you know?
Okay. More beans! I honestly can't imagine what it's gonna be like 80 degrees next week. Like right now, I think it's like 67. Next week's gonna be like 80. It's honestly kind of hard to talk and go over this stuff at the same time.
Hell yeah.
Anything in there? Bigger rock than I expected. I really do love this bike. I'm very impressed compared to the 350. I keep hating on the 350 and I don't know, it just wasn't for me. This definitely doesn't have as much engine braking. It's just much more comfortable. Obviously the size, the power delivery is very smooth. The 350 wasn't bad with the power delivery, but I would say it was a little bit more choppier than this. I am standing, for those of you that can't tell. I am, but I'm short and you can't always tell. Oh no. So close. Oh, oh, oh. Was it too high the gear on that one? Oh my good God. Come on. Traction up. Oh, wow. I got lucky on that one. The sun is kind of starting to set, so probably we're making our way back to camp. I honestly kind of can't imagine what this would feel like without this suspension. It'd be pretty gnarly. I think I'd be more exhausted and more beat up. Oh. It's a fun day, man. I like these tires too. I'm like excited to see how this performs on the street as well, because this rocks on the rocks. I haven't had too much problem with traction at all. Damn it. Right into the cactus, Alexis. This is like the worst place to stop. Give it the berries, I guess. Damn it. Come on.
Well, we are headed back right now, and I gotta say that was the perfect first break-in ride, other than a few little dumps.
Ah, that was a good one. Whew. Wear gloves, guys. Wear gloves.
We did good. The bikes did outstanding. Nothing came loose. And overall, I'm very happy with all the work that we've put into these bikes. It really made a big difference. Between the confidence of running all the Hyperlight protection parts to the amazing suspension from Bruce. Night and day difference. This thing is so much fun to ride. And with the extra lift, I'm not getting hung up as much in the rocky sections, and I really only had to test out the skid plate a couple times. So through and through, money well spent. I highly recommend doing pretty much everything that we did if you want to ride the gnarlier stuff with some confidence.
This definitely was a good first ride. Wasn't too hard. I had a blast. Just enough to get me a little bit more comfortable, used to the different terrain. Definitely excited to expand my skills a little bit more. Really hoping to ride multiple times a week. Thankfully, weather out here allows us to do that, and being so close to riding spots. Whew, I took a couple spills today, but all in all, not too bad. Done worse. Ouch, this stuff is worse than anything. Thank God I didn't land in that. Whew. Sorry, test tank bag, you're getting a beating.
What were your first thoughts on the bike?
I mean, just going down like a straight gravel road, I could automatically just tell it made a huge difference. I honestly felt like I was sitting on like a sofa. Every little bump you just don't even feel, and it just feels like you're floating. I kept saying that in the video, like my wheels weren't even touching the ground.
Every full-size bike that you've ridden has been way oversprung. I think the last bike that she rode and loved was the 150RB, and it was meant for her weight. I'm glad that we got the bikes set up properly this time, and it's kind of funny, out of all the bikes that we've had, we chose to put the most time and effort and money into these things behind us. But I really do love this platform. I think for 95% of people, this is the only bike that you would need, and I think it would suit a lot of people just fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's affordable. You can do almost anything with it, on-road, off-road. I'm sure Tanner will put it to the complete test off-road on what it's really capable of doing.
Stay tuned. We just scratched the surface today.
Yeah, for sure. It was a pretty easy ride for him.
We did find a little bit of single track, and the bike really shined in that. That second gear is just perfect to lug through everything, and the power to weight, the torque, it's just really an easy bike to ride. It's forgiving. You know, you can get caught in a higher gear and just still lug your way around.
Did that.
I was looking over the footage, and she was like in third and fourth gear, just lugging, and it just kept going. You know, it's like that recluse mod.
Yeah, I never stalled it. I mean, it is really easy to ride. Way different than the past 4-stroke experiences I've had.
Yeah, the last time we had the KTM 350 and the Husqvarna 350 that we bought while we were out here. And overall, it was just a bad experience for her. Just with that huge size, the weight, the power was hard for her to get used to coming off of a 2-stroke. And it was just a whole bunch of variables that led to a bad taste in our mouth. I did enjoy the 350, but at the end of the day, I have just as much fun on this bike, especially now that the suspension is done, and just the maintenance, just the relief that I have knowing that I can just absolutely beat on these things and not have to do a ridiculous amount of maintenance per hour. I don't have to spend a bunch of money in oil. And you know, for some people that's not an issue, but when you're all the way on the other side of the country, it's a peace of mind knowing that you don't need to put a lot into these bikes to make them last a long time. If you're introducing somebody into riding, or you yourself are looking to get into riding, definitely consider this as an option, especially if you can get it street legal. It just makes it super versatile. You'll be seeing a lot more content on these bikes. We're gonna go to some amazing places, do some amazing riding. And yeah, I wanna put these things up with Team Orange and the big guys overseas and just really put it through the paces.
We didn't end up taking it on the road quite yet, but this weekend we should be.
Yeah, they're definitely not gonna be the best on the road. When I had that emergency mission in Kansas, I was able to maintain around 65 miles an hour pretty comfortably. Any more than that, it's not gonna happen. So I think for our intended use, it's gonna be fine, but just don't expect a highway cruiser. A huge shout out to Scott over at Hyperlight Moto. I really appreciate all the support that he's shown to the channel, and we actually have some more parts that we're gonna be installing, guys. It is not over. We're getting more bling parts, more functional parts, and I'm really excited to just keep building these bikes. Also, Bruce, big thanks. Completely transformed the way these bikes ride. The damping is on point. Everything's set up to our weight perfectly. We got the sag dialed in, and it's just a really nice feeling having these bikes completely set up for us. This is the first time that we've ever done it, and it definitely is worth the money.
Makes me not want to have anybody else ride my bike.
Exactly. But I think this video speaks for itself. We love the bikes. They did really well, and we're just ready to rack up some more hours. That's the biggest thing. We're out here. I can't wait to just do some more riding, get comfortable on the bikes, see what they can do, and just enjoy the experience.
Yeah, riding out here is way different than where we're from in Ohio. It's also really nice because we are surrounded by a playground and don't have to travel to ride. And the weather is also nice almost every single day. So the opportunities to ride are greatly advanced.
We appreciate the support from everybody out there. I really do enjoy sharing these journeys with you, and be sure you're subscribed if you're new. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and as always, remember to live free and adventure daily. Peace.